This video will show how to create a basic virtual machine for Windows 10 in VMware Workstation. VMware Workstation is a client-based virtualization software package that allows you to create one or more virtual machines on Windows, Mac OS, or Linux to test and evaluate software and operating systems. I use virtual machines exclusively for development. The main reason for that is its ease of setup, the portability nature of a virtual machine, and the ability to roll back to a snapshot or a frozen state of a virtual machine in case something goes wrong. To start with VMware Workstation, I open the File menu and choose New Virtual Machine. There's some options here, typical or custom. I go with custom because I like to choose a few different options. Default virtual machine hardware compatibility type. You can go all the way down to version 5 if you like. I keep the defaults. It's asking you for the guest operating system install, disk, or ISO file. Choosing this option will create something called an easy install package that will just automatically install the operating system without any customization or input required from you. I need something a little different than that, so I choose the option to install the operating system later. The operating system type is going to be Windows 10 x64, but you can choose all different kinds. A name for the virtual machine. I usually choose one based on the operating system type and version. And the location defaults to the virtual machines folder in your documents file. That can be changed, of course. The BIOS type, I'm going to go with EFI over BIOS because Windows 10 is made for that. Number of processors is fine. I go with 2 virtual cores just to simulate the use of a dual-core processor. When running virtualization on a computer, you want to get the most powerful computer possible. You want to get as much memory and CPU resources as you can, as well as a very fast disk subsystem, because virtualization puts a lot of I/O onto the drives. Solid state drives are great. The virtual amount of memory, which is going to be deducted from the host operating system's actual memory. So like I said, the more memory here, the better. I'm just going to go with 4 gigabytes. The type of networking you're going to use, default to a NAT, if you're going to be plugged into a virtual cable DSL router. No networking at all if you want to isolate the virtual machine on its own network. Or if you want to bridge it and actually have it participate in the same network the host computer uses. For development, I do everything behind a NAT. The type of I/O controller defaults to SCSI. LSI Logic SAS, virtual disk type, that's fine. I'm going to use a new virtual hard drive, and I'm going to go from the default of 60 gigabytes to 128 because I intend to install a lot of stuff into this virtual machine. And I rather start with a decent amount of space in the beginning than have to expand later on. That's going to be the name of the disk file. Defaults are fine. And just go to customize the other hardware. Here's where I'm going to choose my ISO file to install. And here's my LTSB, Windows 10 install. And there it is, ready to go. If I want to change any other options, I just go to the Edit Virtual Machine Settings, and these are the basic things that I have. These are what I've been chosen through the wizard. And that's basically it. There's some more options here that you can configure after the machine's been powered on. And next, we'll go over a basic install of Windows 10 and a virtual machine. Thank you.